Welcome to the latest edition of Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts, where almost no subject is off limits. Now, here are your hosts, Boomer Diane Faith and Millennial at Heart, Stanley Roberts.
Happy Easter!
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Did you get your Easter eggs?
I did not. Oh, did I eat eggs this
Hello,
week?
everybody.
I did.
Sorry, we were just talking about Easter eggs.
Don't
Don't you still have Easter eggs from like last Easter?
I don't. I haven't had Easter eggs in a long time.
Happy
be
Easter,
honest.
Passover,
Yes,
and Ramadan.
Exactly.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Happy Easter, happy Passover,
Happy
Ramadan.
Happy Ramadan. Ramadan. Okay, where are we?
Hi, Gabriel. Hi, Elaine.
Hello.
How's everyone
host.
doing? Oh, I love it. She said live. You sure? Nah, not sure yet. We'll see.
Nah, we all good. Easter, here come Peter Cottontail.
If you can tell, our background's a little washed out because
It's daylight and the
it's-
sun's coming right in off the.
But that will change in about 20 minutes or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look, William, welcome to Mr. Badley TV Superfan. Thank you, William, for joining. We appreciate the join.
Can you guys tell that we're wearing matching outfits?
Matching out. Hey, you know what's funny? I don't have that.
Have what?
That one.
That's probably because I'm on YouTube.
Oh, well, welcome. Welcome. Superfan laughs. Yay! All right. So if you notice, we have on our jackets,
Yep.
and you can look down there, Mr. Badley TV, MrBadley.com. You can look for the merchandise link, and you can find down there. These are embroidered, but
Oh yeah, it does say Mr. Badley.
But there's a small little error here, so we have to get new jackets. It was supposed to be white letters that says Mr. Badley, and they made it black for me, so it doesn't show up. So they're gonna fix it. And then also, hers is a little bit visible, but
Yeah, 'cause it's
not.
blue.
It's blue, so I updated my payment. Well, thank you. I know you were before, so that's why I was surprised that it said you were a super fan. But I appreciate you joining again.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Elaine says I've never been here before you before. What does that mean?
I think she's talking to someone else.
Oh.
In other words, I've never been here before you before. So in other words, she might have been on here before someone else. She usually shows up late. That's what my guess is.
Oh, okay. Oh, she says I like those. What are they lined with?
Oh, they're really warm on the inside.
Yeah, so
They're made out of these are almost water resistant.
yeah, I forget what the let me see here. Oh wait, I think it's on the side here.
It says it on if you go onto the website, it says it there. So it gives you all the details. It's
Yeah.
like a poly something with a it's on the inside it has like a flannel. Is it flannel or is this like
Yeah, it's like fleece.
yeah, fleece. That's it.
Yeah.
Fleece.
Oh, I got on here before you were actually live. Oh, okay,
Oh,
got
okay.
it. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, before we actually showed up.
It's covered with Feliz Navidad.
Please, Navidad.
What?
I apologize for his bad jokes in advance.
So, okay, here's a question, and it's going to take 8 seconds for them to answer. Who was following the shenanigans on Twitter the last couple of days? You can raise your hand and tell me if you've been following it. If you weren't on Twitter, then you probably didn't see it, although I did post snippets of it on Facebook. But if you've seen it and you know it, then raise your hand. If everybody's seen it and know it, then I'm not going to repeat it because you already know it. But if you don't know, then we will have a rather animated discussion of what went down and why. Or why, I have no idea.
Gabriel says he was following it, but was off Twitter for a few days because of Passover.
Got you. So
Okay.
basically, so there was a little bit of shenanigans going on. I don't tweet. Okay, so here's the story to give you guys up to speed of what went down. It started, and pay attention because it gets kind of convoluted. It started with a gentleman who has been trolling me for a little bit, who used an account of,
I love that you called him a gentleman.
well, I'm trying to be nice. Ron Curtis was
I
his
wouldn't call him a gentleman.
Twitter handle was Ron Curtis. And I'm used to trolls, so I usually just let them troll and I just ignore them. Well, they decided to attack one of the guys who I did an interview for, and the way they attacked him was kind of weird because their information was totally off base. So Ron started with the attack on J.J. Smith. Saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
and they telling J.J. Smith that he shouldn't be on Twitter showing people in their worst moments in San Francisco, people that are on drugs. He says you don't have permission to shoot them in public, which you don't need permission, but he actually does get permission. You can tell that from the interviews that he talks to him. They also argue that he did not show his face, so by not showing his face, that made him even more suspect. And I basically told J.J. Smith, who I interviewed and put his face on TV, on the internet, so he has shown his face. He's been on Channel 5, he's been on Channel 7, so his face has been shown. There's no doubt that, So yes, and so with this guy Ron, he decided that he was going to get someone else involved. And then someone else involved decided they were going to have J.J. Smith's account mass reported based on strictly because they think he shouldn't be posting. So they were going to have it mass reported. And that was pretty much the only reason. And they were also upset that he had a white emoji doing a face palm. And he thought that was digital, whatever it is, that I don't really believe in. So basically, I wanted to see who this person was because how would she be able to get that much people to mass report someone? And I read the tweet and it says, mass report his account, which is not something cool to do. The guy is just trying to do what he does best. There's
Troll.
No, I'm saying that J.J. Smith is trying to do what he does best.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he goes out and he shows people and trying to get help for them. So I do know that he's trying to get help.
Yeah.
But they decided, taking upon themselves that there's a group of people who don't want things to change in San Francisco. They want things to stay as it is with all the drugs in the streets and the people running rampant and passing out. They kind of want things to stay the same. And they use it under the whole guise of progressive, we're here to help. It reminds me of that scene from Space Invaders. Is that it?
Space Invaders?
No, the one where they're like, we come in peace.
And then they're really like, then they
and
kill
they're really
everyone?
trying to. Yeah.
Oh, the Space Clowns one?
No, not Space Clowns.
Oh.
Anyway, somebody's going to say it.
Okay.
So basically,
I don't watch that many movies.
Yeah. So it was just, they had their little helmets on, and this was, it was pretty funny. Danny DeVito was in it.
Okay.
Mars Attack.
Mars Attacks. Okay.
So it's like, we come in peace, but really, in actuality, they don't come in peace. So I went to the account to see what was going on. And
yeah, William says Mars Attacks.
Yeah, Mars Attacks, thank you. But I was surprised because when I got to the account, I was already blocked. I was blocked from an account I never met before, I never interacted with, but I was already blocked, which made it really strange. I mean, I've been blocked if someone doesn't like something I say to them, they block you, and I get that. I don't like this. I'm not going to talk to you. But I was already blocked, and it was surprising to me that I was already blocked from someone who I've never interacted with ever, never even heard of until I wanted to check to see who this person was who wanted to mass report J.J. Smith's account.
It's weird because you go to the person's page to learn more, and then you can't even see who they are.
Yeah. So it's fine. So I was like, I posted. I said, this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. I'm already blocked on someone who never met, and all I wanted to find out was why they were going after J.J. Smith. Pretty simple. I guess I opened up Pandora's box, a box I didn't know existed until the other day. So in Pandora's box, you open up something and everything just comes out and goes cattywampus is the word I like to use. In this case, they started making accusations that I was threatening them on the internet. And I was making threats about going after them and having people come after them. And then they lumped J.J. Smith and myself together saying that we were doing. But then it took a stranger twist where they were making fake
Text messages. Like a conversation.
And then saying that it was JJ and me saying that we're coming after them.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't prove that one, so then they changed it to say, well, no, they had a woman text us.
Yeah.
Now, here's the interesting part. So there were several different players in this thing. So we already know there was Ron Curtis. We already know there was the one who blocked me. Her name was Ileana?
No, SF Leilani.
Thank you. SF Leilani blocked. And apparently anybody who went there to look at their page were also blocked.
There was someone else that was like
and then there was this one woman named Emily Mills.
Yeah.
Who is...
And she was like, oh, sorry this is happening to you, Leilani.
But ironically, Emily Mills uses an Android. So the text messages were Android.
They were green.
They were green and they were blue.
And for anybody that has an iPhone, no, they were not blue.
Yeah.
For anyone who has an iPhone, you know that when you're messaging someone with an iPhone, that it's blue, right? So the text message, so the person that took the screenshot has an iPhone because the text messages look like it's from an iPhone. But the person they were corresponding with through the text messages, it came back green, which means you're not using iPhone. Well, he has an iPhone, so clearly, I mean, you would think that it would be, just, I mean, it's not obvious for a lot of people.
So let's go
you
backwards
have
for a
an
minute.
iPhone, so it would be blue.
So let's go back for a minute. So we know this was up here. So remember the conversation I had about Ron Curtis, who had been trolling me for a few months back. It actually started on.
It started in at the
It started
end of
at the
February,
end
right?
of Black History Month.
Yeah.
When someone wrote, Stanley Roberts should be included in Black History Month because of his work he's done in the community. He responded that all he does is go out and belittle people in public and make fun of them for being homeless, which is never true. We all know that. I know that. And I was like, who is this guy?
And it bothered me, because, so I got involved and I started responding too. And then he came at me.
He came in here. So now here's where it gets interesting. So I was talking to some other people, and I was like, who is this guy? Because I've never heard him before. And why is he coming at me 100%? They said, oh, that's a fake account. It's clearly a fake account. I know the guy their name is using is an actual former firefighter for San Francisco. So, and he's a realtor. So it's got to be a fake account. It's got to be this guy they use named Brandon somebody. And so I'm like, well, who's this Brandon guy? 'Cause I've never heard of him either. And why would he come after me since I've never heard of Brandon? So in my infinite wisdom as a journalist, I'm trying to find out to connect the dots. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, if Ron Curtis is actually being used, his account's being used by someone else, then maybe I should let him know that this is happening. And if and then they said he was a realtor. So I looked up this name, and sure enough, his name popped up as a realtor on Facebook, Ron Curtis, and blah, blah, blah. And it was a phone number. So you're running a business and your number's there. So I'm like, okay, I'll call this guy. He'll be like, oh my God, I had no idea this was happening. I want to shut it down right away. In my mind, as a journalist,
in your mind, that was what was going to happen.
That was how it was going to play it out.
Yeah.
It didn't play out that way. The way it played out was, he answered the phone, and I said, Ron Curtis, Stanley Roberts. And his next response was, why are you harassing me with these crank calls? Stop calling me with this bullcrap. And he hung up. And I was shocked, because I wrote on a tweet that this is the weirdest phone call I ever made in my life. So remember, this is back in earlier, before this whole thing went down with J.J. Smith. Never thought much about it, just went about my business. Fast forward to a few days ago, and Ron Curtis decided that he wanted to create more drama and say that, oh yeah, he called me and cursed me out. Now, here's the part that made it kind of funny. Not good, funny, but funny nevertheless. So he posted my phone number. He doxed me, basically, which is illegal in many different ways. Mm-hmm. He doxed me on the internet, put my phone number up there. He blocked out 2 numbers, but anybody with a smart brain can just go through and figure the numbers out. It's not that many. And this is a number I've had for 20 years. The famous phone number hasn't changed. So he doxed me. And then he said that here's proof that he called me and harassed me on the phone. Now, what he didn't notice is that when he made the post, it said missed call. Mm-hmm. So at what point did I curse him out in a missed call if that was the call that he claimed was? The call we had lasted, hi, I'm Stanley Roberts, don't call me no more with this bullcrap, click. That was the extent of the conversation we ever had.
It was like, what, 4 seconds?
I don't even know. Didn't even think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Funny, peculiar, not funny, ha-ha.
Yeah, thank you. So the doxing part, okay, so here's the difference with Twitter and me. See, these people who on Twitter think that it's ha-ha, funny, let me just mess with people on Twitter. Let me create lies, let me create drama, let me create fake documents. Let me put these things on the internet. Because if you put on the internet, it must be true. I take it off the internet because at this point, you've already screwed things up. So I take it to police and I say, here is all the, and the funny thing is I was blocked out, but my fans, I love you guys. I really do. I'm sincerely, because you guys were there just looking and just grabbing stuff and telling me, hey, this is what's going on. I got this. And so I took every single document sent to me, including the fake text messages, and I gave them to the police department. I'm not going to tell you which police department because they want to try to figure it out and try to intercept it. We're not going to do that. But just know that the information was turned over to their digital criminal detectives, who all they focus on is criminal and digital crimes. The crime committed there was that they made the fake documents defaming my character by making up lies that didn't exist, and then going with it and going with it and going with it. Now, when Ron doxed me, a lot of my fans, and thank you again, went online and flagged it as being, a bunch of people flagged it, and not just in the Bay Area. It was flagged from people in other countries. They literally told me, "Hey, I flagged that thing because they shouldn't have done that." So they flagged it, and it got taken down. And of course, his post was, "Oh, look, Stanley called up Twitter and had him take my post down. Like I got that much power, I can call up Twitter."
He's basically still trolling you.
He's trolling like crazy. So then he gets all of his trolling friends to come after me too, and they're taking. And so I responded that yes, I did call that number, and I explained why. But they are really good at twisting the truth around to make it fit their narrative. So. And questions, but will they really help you, Stanley, the police department? Actually, there are some crimes that were committed. So, and there are some things and will they help? I don't know. But you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to make a complete record of it if something goes sideways.
Yeah.
So if you don't report it, it never happened. And I tell this to people all the time. If you don't report a crime, it never existed. So if I don't go to the police and say, "Hey, this is a problem and this is what's going on," then there's no record. And then if I get into an altercation, well, did you know this guy was harassing you? Well, why didn't you do anything about it? We don't have any record of you saying anything about it. So you have to make a record, which I did. Now, will something happen with them? I don't know. I'm a public figure. So the rules of engagement for me is a little bit different than the rules for engagement for like someone who's not really a public figure.
Like me.
Like you.
Yeah, like me.
So, for instance, they can say stuff about her and then she can sue them for libel or slander or whatever which one. I think it's slander is words and libel is written or vice versa. I'm not sure. With me, there is a higher level, and that became because movie stars were being attacked, and they tried to sue, and they determined that hey, you're a celebrity, so you don't have the same rights as a regular civilian. So when you become a public figure, you kind of give up some of your rights and you have to kind of take what people say with a grain of salt.
Jeanette says defamation.
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 Yes, that's another one. But then you have to find an attorney who wants to take it, and that's the whole thing in a nutshell. But so basically, the whole long story short was, once his account was blocked for 7 days, he created a new account.
He created a backup account.
He literally wrote on it backup account, and all he did was take the stuff that he had posted that it got taken down, and he put up on the backup account as screenshots. And instead of tagging me,
sorry, I'm laughing because never mind.
Screenshots.
You telling the story, it just sounds so ridiculous. I have to laugh because I just can't believe that adults really do this.
Yeah, it's like 5-year-olds.
I cannot believe adults actually do this.
Yeah.
Adults with families actually do this.
Yes.
I'm just saying in general because I feel like you're a grown-up. Do grown-up things. Don't harass people.
So what I did was, I started doing something that I don't usually do. And let me explain to you what I don't usually do. I don't normally block accounts. The reason why I don't block accounts was, my own reasoning was that you give them free reign to write whatever they want to write and you don't know what's being written. And a good example of that was by me being blocked on that Twitter account where they wrote the fake text messages. There's no way for me to know that this information was out there.
Yeah, since they did all this stuff and posted all this stuff with you blocked, so you basically had to see all of that stuff through like people that like fans and whatnot.
So what I'm doing now is, as the trolls pop their heads up, I'm blocking them. So they come up with like one person said, and I asked, why is this going on? Of course, one guy wrote, because you're a bootlicker, and which is another defamatory way of saying that I'm so basically because I work alongside law enforcement, that makes me the bad guy. So basically, what's been going on is because of my work I've done with law enforcement over the last 30 years, they've decided that my work is no longer acceptable in this society, in their mind. So therefore, because of that, they should take me down by creating a false narrative that didn't exist. Now, I will admit this, and you were worried about my mental health because it was just like, what's going on? But I wasn't really worried about it because I know that people know who I am, they know what I've done, and you don't get, now if I've done something wrong, I'm going to say, that was on me. I did that wrong. And hindsight being 20 2020, not knowing that he would take that this guy was actually the troll. If I'd known that he was actually the troll, then I would have never made
You
that
probably
phone
would
call.
have never called. But
No,
you,
because
you honestly thought that this guy's name and personality was being used, like, he was being impersonated.
Yeah.
So you wanted to make sure he knew.
he knew he was being
And then,
impersonated.
but then he basically admitted to you by reacting that way that he was the one that was actually trolling you.
when he responded that way, a bunch of red flags went up. Red
Yeah.
flag, red flag, red flag.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm like, what is going on? And then it started to turn out that was his account.
You know what I found very interesting about this guy, and I don't want to give them any kind of like I don't want to give any energy, but I just will say one thing that I found interesting, and I think one of your followers had brought this to your attention, was he did an interview on KGO because he's a real estate agent, and he did an interview, and he was there with his wife and he has a kid or something, and he seemed like a very nice family guy. And then you look at his tweets, and he seems like just so evil, and it's like really is sad. But then he also said something about KGO and the fact that they're owned by Disney, and then he talked mad crap about them.
And they did an interview with him.
And he did the interview, and I'm like, is this guy okay? Like, so then when I think about people like that, I feel bad for the people that are around, unless those people that he's around, like his family, are also like that. But I would hope not.
Now, the craziest part about this whole thing was, while I'm being attacked, I watch my Twitter numbers increase exponentially.
Like followers?
It's followers. It's like, and it like not just in the Bay Area. They're like following me from Florida, from other countries, and it's like this is crazy. But the whole thing was nuts, and I finally got a break on Easter because I started just blocking everybody. And at this point, you know what? Whatever. Write what you want to write. I know the truth is. And and my fans, if they find it, they will let me know, and we will flag it. But they are real people. They are absolutely real people. I know everybody thinks, oh, it's bots.
Yeah.
These aren't bots.
No.
These are actual people who were pro Chesa Bodine back in the day. They wanted Chesa to win. They didn't win. They didn't like what Susan Dyer Reynolds was writing. They didn't like what anybody was doing that was against what they were trying to do. And so
Yeah,
they
the
decided to
agenda.
find someone to attack, and I was the flavor of the week. I was the flavor of the week, and it is what it is. But it's terrible. So yeah, these people are trying. These people are trying to promote open drug
He's
use.
asking a question.
So they see mine as a threat, exactly. And everybody knows I have a reputation of looking for and find. But see, the problem is they don't realize that when you start. If you go to the woods and you see a bear laying in the woods taking a nap, and then you walk over and you poke this bear, and then you keep poking him, at some point that bear's going to wake up. And when he wakes up, he's going to be really upset. And you're not going to like what happens next. I'm that bear in the woods. You do not want to poke me around because I don't play the Twitter game. I take it outside of Twitter. And when I say outside of Twitter, I look at what are my legal ramifications for this? And so, I know enough about everybody because so many people reached out to me and said, hey, look, I know who this person is, I know where they live, but I don't care where they live. I just want them to leave me alone. And someone wrote, Stanley, that's why I like you. You are the guy who does the right thing, and no matter how hard others make it for you to do. Well, I have an old saying, and I've given speeches at schools trying to teach kids how to do better with their life. And I've talked at Burbank. I've talked at Camden High School in New Jersey. I've spoken at different schools. And I've talked to people, and I tell them the same thing, that in life, don't let me hear that you can't do something because you said someone put a hurdle in front of you. Because you ran track. Mm-hmm. When you see a hurdle, what do?
You jump over it.
And you keep jumping over it. What if you
running,
trip,
jump
though?
Over it, you keep going.
If you trip, do you just stop?
You get up and keep going.
And you keep jumping.
Yep.
And at some point, in all those jumps,
you'll eventually finish the
you'll
race.
actually finish a race.
Yep.
So just think of it that way. Everything that's put in front of you is just nothing more than a hurdle. Get a good running start on it, get a good jump, and you'll finish the race. If you finish the race where you wanted to be at, I was told my whole life that I will never be nothing. My whole life, from my parents, not my mom, but my parents, all the way up to jobs in LA, they told me I need to earn their respect. I've never met them before in my life, but I need to earn their respect. I'm like, that's not how it works. Mm-hmm. I've had people take my equipment when I worked in TV and unscrew the dish so that if I drove away, it would fall off and I'd be at fault. It was a lot of different things I've been through. And I grew up in Camden in Philadelphia. And Camden, I said it before, was the most dangerous city in the nation for 10 years in a row. I watched people get literally shot in the head right in front of me. They shoot them in the head and run away.
That's crazy.
And then the guy's on the ground gasping for air, and I'm trying to call 911 to get somebody there because the guy's dying right in front of me. And this is like on a Sunday morning. This isn't even like in the middle of the day. This is like 6 o'clock in the 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Guy shoots the guy and then runs right past me, gun in hand. I've seen it.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. So I just noticed your custom jackets with your name Swang. Yes, and if you go to MrBadley.com, look up embroider. There is. I'm going to try to get a picture there pretty soon that says embroider. But it actually is supposed to say Mr. Badley Productions. You can't see it because they used the wrong letter. It's supposed to be white. So they're sending me a new one with the white letters on it. So these are actually pretty good jackets. I wore it today.
They're really warm.
I wore it today. We walked along the Embarcadero.
Yeah, we actually went to the city today.
We went to the city today. We went to House of Prime Rib.
We did.
And then we walked on the Embarcadero. And I wore this jacket. And when I got done, my shirt was soaking wet on the inside.
That's great information, Beeb.
No, I mean, but it
was warm.
It's warm.
Well, not to mention, too, it was significantly warmer in San Francisco. It was like 65 degrees
Now,
or something, right?
Yeah. So, but let me explain something to you real quick about these jackets. When you go there, you're going to have a little bit of sticker shock. Because you're like, oh, what? Keep clicking it. Every now and then they have discounts. I got them at 45% off. I pay them for them myself, 45% off. But they also have lighter jackets. And so they're great. They'll ship them to you. And if they make a mistake, they'll just send you another one.
You can add your own name.
You can put your name on it.
Wait, actually, I'm over here.
That's $10 more, but they add the name to it.
I keep going over here, but this is you.
But they have T-shirts. You can get mugs. They make it all that stuff, and it's pretty cool because I've been using it's Queensboro, and I've been using Queensboro since I had WeAteThere.com.
That's crazy.
My shirts, my hats were all made through that company. So we have a history of doing work together. And nutrition nourished my heart. Once we figure out a nice logo for you, if anybody has a logo design for Nourish My Heart, her company, I want to try to incorporate a really cool logo for her.
He wants me to have my own gear.
So I want to have her own gear. So on there, the reason why I say the sticker shock part, because this is really good quality stuff. This isn't that garbage you buy like at the swap meet. These are really good.
Yeah, it feels really good.
These are really good jackets.
Oh, Gabriel says there's currently a 35% Easter discount until 11:59 Pacific Eastern time.
Yeah, but
so that's in about what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, so it ends pretty soon.
Yeah.
But if you stick around, they sometimes have more. Every now and then they'll have like 45% off, and it's pretty cool. And it's great. I'm just going to say, Queensboro has some really good merchandise. I use them because
our shirts are from there too.
The shirts,
yeah,
I don't have one on. Mr. Badley shirts,
and I
same
have
thing.
one on too.
So I go through the back end and I get a little bit of it, but I literally use the front end like you guys do and get the 45% off because I want to make sure that I'm not, I'm paying for what I'm wearing. We pay for ourselves. We don't get it for free.
No, it would be nice. But we don't.
But we don't. The only thing I got for free was the defund criminal because I partnered with.
Didn't you wear that last weekend?
I partnered with YouTube and Bonfire, which makes printed, and they make the hoodies and t-shirts, and they're a little bit less. I literally only make $1 off every shirt someone buys because I want you guys to get them, and they're good quality things too. But those are printed. These are embroidered.
Yeah.
It's all backwards. So it's embroidered.
I know. I keep thinking that my name's over here. Oh wait, my name is over here.
So the quality
over here.
The quality is very good and highly recommended. I wouldn't say this.
Yeah, I actually really. He went when we got this on Friday, right? They came in on Friday, and he goes, "Your jacket's here," and I come home and I try it on. And I was like, "Ooh, I don't want to take this off." I'm not exaggerating. I honestly really. It's really good. I fitted. I love fitted things too, so I like it. But
yeah.
Wait, I know this is on delay, but John's laughing at me. Why are you laughing at me?
No,
because I thought my name was over. No, wait. Oh, wait, because I gotta look at my name's here. Oh, wait, that's weird. Oh, okay, never mind. I was looking at I had to look to see.
Are you okay?
I'm not okay.
Happy Easter.
Let me breathe for a second.
Happy Ramadan. Happy Passover.
Let me just chill for a second. I was like, wait, my name's over here. No, it's over here. Okay. Anyways,
I'm here. Well, that's okay.
it's somewhere over here.
I tried to do a self picture, and it's like everything's backwards.
Is Diane changing her name to a symbol like Prince did?
No, I hope not. But then again, you never know. But if anybody wants to come up with a design for her logo, if you come up with a design, I will personally buy you one of the shirts from Queensboro with her logo on it. If you come up with a design that we use.
What, Nourish My Heart?
Nourish My Heart.
Well, right now my logo is
The one I made that
my
one.
temporary logo, the one he made me. If you guys follow me on Instagram, it's basically my profile picture.
With a heart holding some
It's
weights.
a heart lifting weights. And at first I wanted him to make a heart with a big mouth eating food, but that would just be too much for the logo. So then he made a weights one, which I think is actually pretty cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
So just for the record, Mr. Badley, which is what I named him, was
He's
made by
Mr. Badley.
CBS in
Wait, is this-
Arizona.
Yeah, Mr.
They wanted to create my own brand, so they made Mr. Badley.
Yeah.
And when COVID hit and everything got shut down,
I'm trying to think. Your fingers are like
they said, hey, we're not going to continue with the show because we don't want you in people's faces with COVID going on. But you can keep all the artwork and all. So I kept it.
Yeah, I like it very
And
much.
they wouldn't let me keep my videos, but that was okay. But they're on YouTube, so I can go there and watch them for anytime I want to. But also, I posted a couple of them on MrBadley.com, so you can go there and watch them as well. So this is him, and he's in the process right now of being trademarked. So it's already been filed, just waiting back to
What
hear
a
from them.
cutie.
So-
Oh, I have one too.
So at some point, this trademark will be the symbol of Mr. Badley Productions for years to come. And I hope to have projects that will have this on it when you see it.
Yeah. Oh, but Veronica says a heart filled with images of healthy food.
Yeah. Well,
Aw.
again, it has to be, though, something that is usable and not too many colors, because when you
Yeah.
get too many colors, it gets a little bit...
I'm trying to make it so that it's simple. So like if I ever do make it into like clothing, like t-shirts, sweaters, or I want to put it on like a reusable bag or something, or even just on a website, it's not too flashy. So like I like the idea of the heart with the weight because it's super simple, but at the same time, like I kind of want it to be more on the like nutritional side. So still work in progress, but that's the temporary logo for now, created by Mr. Badley. Speaking of nutrition and Nourish My Heart, have you ever heard of Brotherians? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. They promote the idea that you can survive on the nutrition you get from air. Kind of nutty. I have not heard that, but I do want to look that up. The nutrition you get from air. Let me look that up.
Brett Arians.
Okay, let's look that
She's
up.
looking it up. There we go. So, Brett Arians. So today we got up and
That's Wikipedia though. It says is the claimed ability for a person to live without consuming food, in some cases water.
yeah, Stanley was really worked up.
Okay, I'm gonna read up on this.
I had 100 mouthfuls of air. I'm full.
Meet the guy who says he mostly just eats air. This is a Vice article. Okay, I'm gonna read this later. Thanks for.
I'm not going to waste my time on that air.
Thanks for bringing that to my attention. No, I'm not sure if I'm going to read it, but I might be reading it with some skepticism. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah. So William thinks that I'm under a lot of stress and I'm all worked up.
He's really worked up. So, I've seen him worked up, and he's definitely not worked up. But I will say that every few hours, I actually feel like I ask you like, how are you doing? How's your mental health? Because I think that he's a pretty strong person, but I think that nobody should be able to take that kind of crap online. Like that really messes with someone who doesn't have thick skin. Even more so, he does. But no one deserves that kind of crap online. You don't deserve to be bullied. You don't deserve to have crap. What? Were you laughing at me?
No.
What? Nourished by fart? Wow. Who wrote that? John? Oh, man.
I'm dead. I'm dead here.
Okay, well, anyways, William says you look stressed.
I'm not stressed. I'm just washed out because the light is now too bright. Look at it now.
Oh, now we're really washed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we thought it was
No.
going to be
Let
better.
me just fix the light here for a
Yeah,
second.
we had our blinds. So we had our blinds closed the last time, and we have our ring light. But the sun's going down. But I thought it was actually there. You go. Now our background's kind of washed out.
That's okay. We're
Okay.
here. We're here. We're square. What's up, God Bless America? You missed a lot. You got to go back and watch it. We can't go backwards, but we will say you missed it in the beginning.
Happy Easter, Brian.
Are the calories in methane? You know what? I don't know. It's a tart fart. Remember?
I don't.
Remember me did that?
You tart fart.
A tart fart?
Yeah, didn't we do a?
No, I said when people walk around and you walk through it and go, ooh, that was a
Oh.
tart fart.
Yeah, remember that? Never mind.
Woo!
Remember 2 Sundays ago?
No,
Or
what
was
happened?
that last Sunday?
What happened?
You tried to mute.
Oh, no, that was 3 weeks ago.
That was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you all got to play catch up.
Oh, okay. So then, what are you going to do about the washout in the summer when the sun sets after 8:30?
We don't know yet. We're
We don't
still
know
trying
yet.
to figure it
We'll
out.
wait until that time comes.
Well, if we can get enough funding, we can buy a studio and do it in a studio. But right now, all we have is our kitchen table and the backdrop.
Yeah. Oh, we're hecka washed out.
Heck of a... Well, I mean, we're okay. We'll be all right.
Gabriel says it was 3 weeks ago. Okay.
About a week ago.
So,
Let me turn it down just a little bit more.
or you could. What if you just turned it off? Oh, would it be too
No,
dark?
then you'd be like, what? Is that better?
I think so. Yeah.
There we go. All right, we're back. After our, we had to bring in our lighting team to fix the lighting. And thank you guys.
There was a comment I forgot to read earlier. Betty Veronica said, "I'm sorry, people are so blind to your good character, Stanley. We know who you're genuine and not. We know who you're genuine and not letting the people. I think I might have who feel the need to punch down out of their own insecurities drag you down."
Well, you know, ain't nobody gonna bring me down. Ain't no one gonna try my soul. Whatever. Let's stop singing.
Oh no.
Got to keep on moving. Anyway.
Oh, reminds me you're singing of when I woke you up that one morning.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see anything wrong with a little extra sleep.
Hey, I have a question.
What?
I tell you I love you today?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
It's better if I say no, though.
I know. I wonder how many of those people watch. Well, I blocked a lot of them, so unless they're on YouTube or another channel, then that's where they are. But everything I said was the truth, so I'm not worried about what they believe or don't believe. You know, it is what it is. But I like the fact, and I don't like the fact that they literally tried to flip it around like I called him to curse him out, so therefore.
I'm laughing at Jeanette's post. She
cursing.
says those trolls are watching the tinfoil hat channel.
They moved on to some new person, some new flavor of the month right now.
God Bless America says, "Hey Diane, is artichoke and asparagus healthy? I like them a lot." Yes. they're
Asparagus
healthy.
make your pee stink.
I don't. It does. Artichoke's also a very good source of fiber.
I love artichokes.
I love artichokes.
Both
with
baked
some-
artichokes with some.
roasted artichokes with some aioli sauce. Gotta make sure I said that correct.
Why are you stressing aioli?
Aioli.
Not like you
because
actually-
I didn't say it correctly.
It's not like you said areola on camera, so we're good, right?
I.
Oh,
Actually,
wait, you did, huh?
That's why I said aioli.
Oh boy. You know what's funny? Oh yeah, here we go. I like bananas because they have a peel. Oh.
Ba-dum-tsh. Okay, dad jokes.
What was that dad joke I said the other day that you thought was so terrible? You told me don't tell it again.
Oh my gosh, all of them?
No, the one I said.
No, all of them?
No, the one where you.
No, all of them?
The one where you passed out after I said it.
I don't
'Cause
know.
you, like-
It was so bad. I think I tried to strip it from my memory. It was so bad. What did you say again? Actually, I don't want to remember.
I don't remember either, but it was funny enough that you was like, you literally rolled your eyes and passed out.
What did you say?
I forgot. Apparently, the world chess champion begins today, and that's important. So one day, I'm going to play Gabriel in some chess, and he's going to be like, "You cheated, or you made that move 3 days ago."
William says life is so expensive, especially education.
Well, you know the funny thing about life and education. You ever notice that they charge you all this money for education because the the dean makes $400,000 a year. They have a new building. They just have to every year they have to build a new building and tear down the old building. And then at the end of everything, and after 4 years of college, and if you go to undergraduate, then it's 6 years. All you stuck with is a bill, and then you got to try to find a job to pay back.
Undergraduate is 4 years.
No, undergraduate is 4 years, and then graduate is 2 years, right?
Depends on your program.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
so anyway, and all you got stuck with is a bill
That's true.
for
And then you
hundreds of
gotta
thousands
make
of
sure you
dollars.
get a job
And you got
to
to find
pay
a
it
job
back.
that pays that bill back.
Yeah.
Because the government's like, no, we want our money back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you took a loan out. We want our money back.
Well, you know what, William? Your statement, I feel like, is true, but at the same time, try not to let that be your focus.
And like Jeanette said, the faculty and grad assistants don't make anything. Yeah, it's funny. And okay, let me tell you something about the news business just a little bit.
Huh.
Just a little bit.
Sorry.
The inside of the news business is that if you want to get into the news business, they used to. Now, some places they make you pay. They make you pay. They would take an intern and say, "Hey, you want to be an intern? We're not going to pay you, but you can help us, and then you get the credits for school."
Do you want to know how I know that that's true?
Because you were an intern. No money. You come in, you work 8 hours like you are
Sometimes longer.
like you are a full-time worker. You can't mess up because then your grades will go down the drain, even though that's not how you want to do it. So you're a full-time worker doing full-time duties as an intern and don't make a single
It's for the
cent.
experience. It's to get your foot
No,
in the
no,
door.
no.
No, I'm saying
no.
that's
I
how
know,
they sell
but
it.
I know how you sell it, but that's not how it should be. If you want to be and then there's the next level, which is production assistant. Now in the film industry,
What was that too?
a production assistant makes $100 a day. $100 a day. And it may be different now, but when I was doing it back in the day, it was $100 a day, and you work 16 hours.
What did I get as a production assistant? I think I got minimum wage.
Yeah. So it's they get you in there, and then but the reason is because so many people want to be in the business that they will do it for free if they and that's what's come about in this whole world. Everything now is like if you do it for free, we may give you more later, and it's become a basic pastime. Do it for free. I think they have it happen to me. People come to me and go, "Hey, I love your work. I love your work. I have a project. I can't pay you, but if you do it and it's really good, then maybe the next project I can pay you for."
Oh, this is what I love about my line of work now. I love when I get messages that say, "Hey, I have this symptom and I have that symptom and I have this. What can I do?"
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to generalize your case because each person is different. And so I'm going to need a little bit more information. But at the same time, now that this is my job and that entails a lot of work, I have a payment that I need, right? Like my program that I offer. And a lot of people just want free information. And I think this idea of getting stuff for free is, it depends on the industry, but okay, I get it. Life is expensive. We all have things to pay for. But at the same time, the person next to you is also in the same boat. So if you try to take away from the person next to you, you're not doing them any favors, right? You're only helping yourself. But why did I get into this rant again?
No, but the point we're trying to make is that even now to this day, I have 30 years experience in TV, and people still want me to do stuff for them for free.
Yeah.
On the guy said, if I do a good job, I might get another chance and I might get paid. But what happens usually is that I do a good job, and then they're like, you never hear back from them again. Never hear back from them. And it's like, well, we don't have anything coming up. But then you see the project they've done that they got paid, $100,000 for to do, but yet they didn't have any. So they basically, and so the two things I've come across, people like to use my name to move forward. So they're like, oh, Stanley Roberts. And I used to have an old saying that everybody makes money off my work except me.
Yeah.
And this has been going, and it's not just me. I don't want this to be about a me. This happens to people every single day. They literally go out and try to make ends meet, and they say, well, if you do it for free, we may give you something in later. And with you, they want you to do them a free everything. They want you to call them up on the phone. And some people used to get mad because they would call me and they wanted me to tell them stuff for free. They want me to give them free footage. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
It's not like you took the time to film this. I took the time to do the research to help you with your issue. Like, I think that there's just it's about respect, and it's about honoring the fact that this is my profession, this is your profession. And I also think it's funny that, well, not funny, but William says I work as an IT consultant and I get that too. So I just think that, like, when you think about it, like, you want to pay someone for their services, not because they're doing you a favor, but at the same time, this is like what they do. This is their expertise. This is their profession. Like,
Now,
out of respect and out of the fact that you're getting a service from them, like, they deserve to be paid for their work. And I think that's one of the issues I have with, like, people that, what was it that you were reading, that certain workers only get paid like $1 something?
$1.33 in LA.
The factory workers, right?
Did you know that in some parts of the country that restaurant workers are making $3 an hour and they live off of tips?
In the United States?
In the United States. There are literally people that make $3 an hour.
That's way lower than minimum wage.
Yeah. Can you agree, Stanley, that work culture ethics went terrible many? I can agree that work ethics went terrible a long time ago, but they also know that a long time ago that the abuse against workers went south a long time ago. It started, and I can only reference the TV industry. And in the TV industry, it was like everybody was getting paid a lot of money in the very beginning. And then, but then back then it wasn't a whole lot of minorities in it. But then as minorities started getting jobs because they protested that, hey, you're not opening the doors for minorities, then the price, everything started going down. When we negotiated I was a shop steward for CRON, for IBEW Local 45, which was and IBEW stands for International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, but in actuality, we were the Hollywood division, which dealt with television. So the GM, the people come in from the corporate and want to negotiate a new contract. And the cost of living had already gone up like 5%, 10%, 12%. But they want to argue a 0.1% raise. 0.1%.
0.1%?
0.1%.
Not 1%,
No.
but 0.1%?
0.1% raise. And then as you go about the 0.1%, they would add another point. Okay, 0.2. So now you're negotiating for a point on a point for days at a time. So you just finally get tired. So then they started stripping us of all of our things that we had. Like we had a thing called meal penalties. If you worked us too hard, we got extra pay for the meals that we missed. Gone.
That should be given though, because you guys need to be taking breaks.
It used to be that if you drove out of town to do a shoot, you were on the clock from the minute you left town to the minute you got back because you were not in your home. That was part of the contract that was negotiated many years ago. They stripped that. And they stripped it to say that you're only on the clock until you get done shooting. And then when you get in the hotel, you're off the clock. But you're not home.
You're not home though.
You can't do the things you do at home, but you're no longer on the clock anymore. So if you got injured out there off the clock, you're not covered under workers' comp.
Wow.
So they stripped that from you.
Yeah.
So, and here's a good example. When I worked for CBS.
So that you can have a higher raise?
No. The raise never went up. We never got a higher rate. And our health care.
They just took stuff from you?
Yeah, they just kept taking and taking.
But they didn't give you
But they wouldn't
anything?
really give anything.
Wow, that's...
To the point where
why am I surprised?
the contract was so whittled down that basically all you got paid for was to show up for work.
Wow.
So, see, maximum wage for tipped employees is $2.13.
No, minimum wage.
Minimum wage, thank you. I made more money as a street vendor than I did wait on tables.
Performer.
Thank you. Well, you know what I mean.
I know. Chris says no tipping over here. Restaurants pay decently well.
Yeah. So
is this only in America?
It is an American issue. But then you also
God.
have, here's something you don't know, and we're going to wrap this up pretty soon because we're getting close to the hour.
How did the water end up over there?
I don't know. No idea. Did you move it?
I did not.
Here.
Thank you.
So, realistically thinking, so there are some areas in Mississippi and Alabama that are so depressed. It's literally a third world nation, and they're on the river, the banks of the Mississippi River, and you would think you were in another country. It is so bad. They have no running water. They have no barely. Some places don't have electricity. There are places in the and this is crazy to me. And I didn't know this till we got to Arizona, that there are actually Indian reservations that do not have electricity.
I
They
remember,
do
yeah.
not have running water. All they have is a shack, and they use firewood to heat stuff. And that blew my mind.
And we're living in the same state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yes, Chris says yes, it's a North American issue. That's probably why you got out of here, right? Chris, you're originally, I don't want to be mistaken, but double checking, you're originally from Canada, is that correct? Greg says this last year, the company I worked for gave workers anywhere from $1.25 per hour to $2.50 per hour raise, depending on how long you've been working for the company.
Well, that beats a blank.
Yeah, but sheesh,
It's still not that much.
That's
Now,
not
let me
a
explain
lot.
something to you real quick, so to show you who I am and what I do. So, I'm trying to get some projects off the ground, and projects to keep things moving with the company. I didn't do this company so I can do stuff for free. But I've had people come to me and say, "Hey, look, I want to come work for you, and you don't have to pay me. Just let me work for you because I want to help." And what do I always tell them? You don't know, do you?
That if you make money, they can make money.
I'm saying I'm not here to let you work for free.
Yeah.
So we're going to pay you something.
Sorry, I drew a blank because I was like, well, you say a lot of things, but I'm trying to think in significance to this, in reference, I mean, to this. Yeah.
So I mean, I have people that come and say, "Look, I don't want to even get paid." I do want to pay you.
I feel like people should get paid for their services.
Yes.
Like, if you're going to do a job, you should get paid. You probably have a family, and even if you don't, you should still get paid. You got to take care of yourself. That's the thing. I feel like, I don't know, who are we to decide that, like, you shouldn't get paid and you shouldn't get paid? Like the story you told me today, that I'm not going to reference who this person is, but the person, like, would just litter and throw stuff out because they felt like, oh, well, the people that, there are people to clean up after us. There are people that, get paid for this. And it's like, yeah, there are people to get paid for that, but you're giving them extra work by littering. Like, let people do their jobs, but don't abuse them. You know what I mean? We deserve to get paid, but we don't deserve to get abused.
Okay.
Sorry, am I ranting again?
No, let's switch gears for a second.
Oh, let's switch gears.
Any new recipes you've come up with, or any new tips?
Any new tips? Oh,
Any new tips that you can...
that pertain to
Nutrition.
You've
learned stuff?
I mean, there are so many different things. Okay, here's one thing I will say, and I know we talked about this before, but I had someone approach me a couple of days ago to ask me about certain oils and cooking oils. And I will say that if you can, please stop cooking with seed and vegetable oils. The bottles that say canola oil, that say heart healthy, it is not heart healthy. And I will say, because I'm seeing a lot of people, and this is not the case for everyone, but I'm seeing a lot of people that have like inflammation, that are like having a hard time moving, that are having a hard time with their joints. And I just really feel like one rule of thumb, and I hate to generalize because everybody's different, but one good rule of thumb is to cook with oils like olive oil,
Avocado oil.
Grass-fed butter. And one thing too that some one of our members at church didn't realize was that like cooking with like beef tallow is good. Grass-fed beef tallow, or pasture-raised lard. Lard is like, there's always this misconception that cooking with lard is bad, but it also depends on the quality. So my tip for today would be let go of cooking with vegetable and seed oils and look at the quality of your food.
What about this
but-
nutritional tip from Chris Maverick?
What does he say? Diane's nutrition tip of the week: Dr. Pepper is a suitable substitute for medicine. Boo! Boo! Boo!
Oh, I'm about to choke over on that one.
Chris, is that what someone from Vancouver would say? No, I'm just kidding. No, that's a bad tip. Jeanette, yes, avocado oil. Avocado oil is great. It's a good source of essential fatty acids, and it also you can cook with avocado oil in high heat. So you can use high heat to cook. I like avocado oil and and olive oil.
All right, that's you. So you did something the other day though that was unique, and you got me. She switched me a little bit. So I in the morning first of all, she makes me, when I wake up in the morning, there is a cup of hot, warm water with lemon next to the bed. So when I wake up, I can have that to drink. So I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But she also, she's been cooking a lot more lately. She's been making breakfast. And so she's been coming up with some pretty good recipes, except for the sardine and egg one. Everything else is, is
Hey,
not
don't
bad.
call my sardine.
So
and
she
egg
has this thing where
combo.
she likes to mix, and it's the Filipino in her is.
What?
Yeah, because you
What
said
do you
that's
mean?
what you did. That you got that from the Philippines.
Oh no, I didn't get. Well, I grew up eating that, and I realized that I had another friend that also grew up eating like mixing fish with sardines, and so fish with sardines, fish with eggs. Sorry,
Not like
she
that
did it
fish
with
one.
she did it with like salmon and eggs. So
Oh no,
like,
so salmon and eggs I can do.
Okay, well, I did it with canned salmon and eggs growing up, or like we would mix spam and eggs, or Vienna sausage and eggs.
No,
I
not
don't
raw
know.
eggs and sardines, just fried eggs and sardines.
Yeah, so what I would do, Bad Cat's Cat House, is I would basically mix the sardines with the eggs, whip them up, and then put them I would cook them in olive oil or avocado oil, and then just basically make it into like a little patty. So I would mix it, put it in.
Do you put peppermint in it?
Peppermint patty. Your jokes are so bad. Like I said, bad jokes all around. But anyways, just make it into like a little patty, and I'd have all of these different ones. And I usually eat it with like spinach and like avocado. What?
I just thought of something. Go ahead.
Anyways, that's one recipe he does not like. So I make that for myself, and I would do that usually on Fridays during Lent because I refrain from eating meat. So
I like
yeah.
spam and fried eggs, but what made me laugh was I thought about for a minute that April 1st, I had an April Fool's joke where I reportedly took all my teeth out,
So bad.
and they got thrown away by the store.
Wait,
Well,
have we not had a?
I don't think we talked about it.
Wait, what's today? The 9th?
Today is the 9th.
Well, so we didn't talk about your April Fool's joke last week?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Because people are still to this day telling me that they hope I can find my teeth.
Elaine says sardines with a green face.
Yeah, the sardines.
Sardines.
I can only eat sardines with hot sauce and
Sardines are so good.
and saltines.
Okay.
Sardines and saltines.
All right.
Oh, okay. We talked about last Sunday.
Oh, we
But
did.
the point I'm
Okay.
trying to make is that even now, people are still trying to help me find my teeth.
So bad.
They're already trying to help me find my teeth.
Oh my gosh.
And also, we had about 3 takes, 2 takes.
I had to go out the room. I couldn't watch him film that because I just kept laughing.
And yeah, and then sometimes when I try to do it, my teeth would pop out. And like not pop
Yeah,
out.
like they would show.
They would show, I'm
They
like-
would show. Yeah, they wouldn't pop out. Oh my gosh, are you not telling me something?
Yeah, when you sleep at night, I take my teeth and put them in a jar with some effort.
Don't worry, I put some teeth in when I go to sleep.
All right, guys. Oh, we really love. Hey, we're missing.
Oh, Jeanette says spam. That's what my mom would eat for breakfast.
Spam is great.
loved-
Too much salt, though.
I loved spam growing up. It is not. It is. I was gonna say it is not good for you. Just look at the ingredients. But I grew up eating it, and I really, really like. I will like at times we'll still have the spam musubi, the one mixed with seaweed, rice, and the spam. But I really don't eat spam a
So
lot.
will you eat
like,
scrapple?
A lot at all.
Will you eat scrapple?
Oh, what's the ingredients in scrapple?
Everything but the oink.
I have to look at the ingredients.
Everything but the oink.
I have to look at the
The
ingredients.
oink got away.
So again, my tip is please avoid vegetable and seed oils, and look at the quality of your ingredients. So I
The
gave you
quality of your
two
ingredients.
tips. Quality. Ooh, that sounds good though. Mom used to fry it up. Eat
Ooh, I love some
with
grits and scrambled
eggs.
No, she's talking about scrapple.
She's talking about. Oh, is she? I thought she was talking about spam.
I'm from Philadelphia.
Well,
and
she said spam. That's what my mom would eat for breakfast. So I thought she was. Still
I think she's talking
about
about scrapple now because I mentioned scrapple. Remember, we're 8 seconds behind.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So she's catching up with the scrapple part. When your brain is still 8 minutes before, she's already on to the next one. Or actually, they get the message. We've already moved on, so it looks like we're jumping all over the place.
Okay, that's true. Oh no, she is talking about spam.
Okay. Oh, wait. So chorizo, we got to speak about that for a minute. And then we got to wrap
Spam
this
for
up.
breakfast is a Southeast
So-
Asian thing. Yeah, that's
So,
true.
When I moved from Philadelphia to Salinas, and my old roommate,
Is it
Grace,
the one that got you the
Drunk, yeah.
tequila and you broke
Right.
your?
So yeah, broke my. But she had some chorizo in the refrigerator, and it looked like little sausages. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna make me some a fried sausage and some eggs. And
I can see this being disastrous.
so I put them in there to fry them, and then they start dissolving and becoming like mushy. And I'm like, oh, these things are rotten.
Um, you had never had chorizo before? Oh, okay.
I never heard of chorizo.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you just came from Philly.
I never heard
Yeah,
of chorizo.
okay, that makes
And so,
sense then.
so as I'm frying in the pan, I see them start to disintegrate in the pan, and I'm thinking, oh my God, these are terrible sausages. They're falling apart while I'm trying to eat them. I mean, I can't eat this.
Your hand.
Because it's like it's like I'm melting, and I'm
I
like,
don't even know what this
I'm
is.
like, what is this? What is wrong with this? There's something wrong with this food.
Did she come out when you were cooking?
No,
that to
she
tell
wasn't there. I was by
you? Oh,
myself, but I
okay.
knew that she wouldn't mind because we eat each other's food all the time. But I was like, I'm going to make me some sausage for breakfast. And it dissolved. And I was like, what is this? What is going on? And I was like, I can't eat this. And so I'm like, this is going to make me sick because there's something wrong with the meat. Clearly, there's something wrong with the meat. I got to
So
throw
you
this.
threw it out?
So I scraped that thing and threw that in the trash. I'm like, nope. I saved. I mean, she came back in. I said, you're not going to believe this, Trace, but I saved your life. She goes, what? Why? Because your sausage was rotten. She goes, what sausage? That thing in there, the chorizo? I tried to cook it, and it just dissolved. I was like, oh, I saved your life. She goes, no, that's how it's cooked. It dissolves. It's made like that. I'm like, wait, what?
You just wasted
I
your
wasted
chorizo.
like $5 over chorizo, just one pot.
Oh my
Because I didn't know what it
gosh.
was. I mean, what? Okay, I'm from Philly. I knew Philly cheesesteaks. I
I'm
knew
still laughing off of your hand gestures.
'Cause it's like- it's-
What is this?
so I knew Philly cheesesteaks. I knew pork rolls. I knew hoagies. I knew grits. I knew scrapple. I knew Cheerios. I knew Captain Crunch. Mm-hmm. I did not know about chorizo and that it actually dissolves and it's not. It's actually supposed to dissolve, and you mix it with your eggs, and you have chorizo and eggs.
Well, now, so after you learned that, after she taught you, did you actually try it?
My first time trying chorizo in real life was about 5 years ago when I finally went to a restaurant.
Only 5 years ago?
And
So
I
you never
said-
tried it after when you were living with your
I
roommate?
was so traumatized. I was so traumatized by what happened that I just couldn't I couldn't even. It's like when the first person tried to give me frog legs to eat, and I stared at these frog legs, and I stared at them, and I'm like, okay, I want to eat this, but I can't stop staring at them. I said, okay, I want to try this,
And you couldn't.
I couldn't do it. I could not wrap my mouth around eating a frog leg. Fried frog legs, I couldn't do it. It was just like, nope, 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 nope. So chorizo to me was like frog legs. There are
Okay.
some foods that I just literally could not wrap my mouth around to try to eat.
So,
Now,
like, when I try to get you to eat dinaguan, you won't
I'm
do
not
it.
messing with that one. Nope, it ain't happening.
Man, you missing out.
So
Oh, she said Elaine says you'll be traumatized after you read the ingredients.
that's part of the
See,
reason why.
This is, and also that's why I tell people read the ingredients, because you will have this mindset that like something is like good for you or like it's not bad, and then you look at the ingredients and you're like, WTF, like, oh, and then it's mind blowing, but at the same time, like sometimes it actually does overwhelm people. So I always say, if you see something and you don't understand the ingredients, or if you like, if it's such a long list, more than likely
So-
it's not good for you.
So Jeanette made a good point. So
Okay.
so I did love hot links, and if hot links were, in my opinion, chorizo looked like a hot link, and I figured I was going to have a cut in half hot link and make me a hot link and egg sandwich for breakfast.
Hot
And
link.
it was like hot links.
I want to say you made that for me before.
Because I love hot links, except for when you read the ingredients and you start to
Yeah.
realize that they're not really that good for you.
Yeah.
So I love hot links. There's a lot of foods I love, but like somebody said, to pretend that the frog legs were chicken. I literally tried that. Okay, it's chicken. But how come they got such tiny little legs? And these, and
you couldn't get over the fact that they were
they were-
legs.
Yeah, they were legs. They were muscular frog legs. And I was like, no, I'm going to have to pass on the frog legs. I'm going to have to pass. So when I finally tried chorizo in California after all those years.
Mm-hmm.
And it must have been like 25 years I finally tried it. And I was like, oh my God, this is not bad. But I had it at a place that's closed now. But I was like, Okay, but it didn't jump out at me like, I have this level of food.
Yeah, you do.
So my level of food is, this is really good, and it's on my list, and I'm going back again. So it's really good, and that's a very short list. Then it's like,
It's okay.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Which means if there's no place else around, I will go back.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's tolerable.
Tolerable, but I probably won't.
But I
have
probably
it
won't ever
again.
go back again.
And then it's like,
oh,
this
what is this?
sucks.
Is terrible.
Yeah.
And I'll never go back. Now I can count on my hands the restaurants I'll go back to: Crispy Crunchy, House of
Why did I know you were gonna say crispy crunchy?
House of Prime Rib. We know
House of
that.
prime rib.
House of Prime Rib. What's the place we used to go to a lot over in the dog
You're talking about here? Oh,
Yeah.
Dog Patch.
Dog Patch.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. Now
Oh,
Arizona.
no, Hard Knocks changed a little
They
bit.
did change a little bit.
They did.
Arizona, we had Harumi.
Oh man, this sushi.
Harumi was like, okay, I want something to eat. We're going
Yeah,
to Harumi. I want something to eat. We're going to Harumi.
Yeah.
We actually had, I think we owned stock in Harumi.
We should
Black
own some.
rice
Sushi.
sushi. It was good. Just about.
See, I think one of the things too is that once you become aware.
And we can't forget Chef May's Barbecue.
Oh yes, Chef May's Barbecue.
We love that place.
Hey,
It's
look
in
who
San
just-
Bruno.
Look who joined us. David F. Baum's here.
Hello, David. Yes, In and Out, please.
In and Out.
We always love In and Out.
In and Out.
So we are having, and David, you missed the very beginning. I need to know your schedule so we can try to make sure we cater to your schedule. You can email me. Look on MrBailey.com. There's an email for info. You can reach me that way.
I've never tried that before.
What?
So, Bad Cat House. I have never tried. What is this? Diane, would you recommend? So how do I don't even know how to pronounce it. I've never heard of that before. Bad Cat House. I'm gonna just call you Bad Cat.
So don't forget to like it, super chat it,
Yes.
join, follow us, Twitter. You can go to MrBailey.com. There's a bunch of links that I'm on. You can go there, and you can. And I have a page that has a about me page. Mm-hmm. There's a whole stuff about what I've done. People don't know this, but I'm multi-nominated Emmy Award nominee.
You should have been in a.
I should have been a winner.
You should have been a winner.
Golden Mics, I have 4 of those. I have numerous congressional awards from Congress, actual congressmen, from Mike Honda all the way to Barbara Lee has written me.
Nice.
So I've been doing this for a little bit, and I'm not a spring chicken. I love what I do. I just hate the fact that people want me to. And here's the thing that just drives me crazy. People always say to me, "You got to crawl before you walk."
I know.
I'm like,
Yeah.
if I keep crawling, I'm never going to get up.
You were crawling like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You passed the crawling stage. Oh wait, don't you have that award too for like most handsome man or something?
Absolutely.
Most handsome man in the United States of America.
Pickled pig feet. Oh, I love pickled pig feet. Oh.
I've never tried pickled pig meat.
Pickled. Oh wait.
Pickled
wait.
pig meat?
Pig feet.
No, he wrote pickled pig meat in gel.
Well, you can get pickled pig feet, and that's a good too. But you ever had? Wait, I tried to get her to eat pickled boiled eggs. She won't do it. She won't touch
Pickled boiled
Remember, I had the
eggs?
jar full of the pickled boiled
That
eggs.
sounds gross. I'd rather eat sardines and eggs any day all over that.
Pickled pig feet,
Ugh.
pickled sausage that may give you heartburn before you even swallow it.
Pickled sausage?
Yeah. Hey, look, ladies, I'm gonna puke. I hate pig's feet. Chillins.
I tried chillins, I think, for the first time when I was with you.
Chillins, yeah. Which is basically. Remember the restaurant we went to
intestines?
that said we have the best chillins and it had
had a plastic
plastic
in it?
bag in it? I'm like, I didn't know plastic bag came with the chillins.
We never went back to that place.
That was a nope.
Salami and peanut butter sandwich.
I like peanut butter and banana sandwich.
I've done peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter burger.
Ooh,
That is
that's
good.
good. Oh, we can't.
Oh, what? One of the places that we found out that we do like here, because I like finding places with grass-fed meat.
Rome.
Grass-fed meat is, when you look at quality, grass-fed. Why do I keep saying fad? Grass-fed meat is the way to go. So we found Rome.
Rome, and
Rome
not Italy.
Burger. Yeah, Rome, ROAM, Rome Burger. They have 100% grass-fed meat. So we like to get burgers from there too. Right?
Right.
Um,
and everybody, if you're here, welcome. We appreciate you being here. We love you guys. We're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon. Every time, Maverick says, every time I come in the kitchen, he's quoting from what show?
Well, I didn't see it.
Let me post it for you. How do you make it? See, the thing's not working right.
I think here it is. Stanley, every time I come in the kitchen,
Here
you
it
in the
is.
kitchen, and eating up all the food,
All the chitlins, all the pig feet, all the collard greens, all the hog maws.
Where's that from?
That's from Friday.
Oh, gosh, I don't even remember the lines like that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't remember the lines like that. Chris, you have such a great memory.
That's from Friday. That's a classic.
But I don't remember movie lines like that.
Anyway, so remember, see our jackets, Mr. Badley Productions?
Yes.
You find them on MrBadley.com.
With the cute Mr. Badley. Yes, David. Stanley took the water again.
I did take the water.
Oof.
Really? 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 Really?
Why are you saying really so much?
Because you were just like,
I love you.
love you too.
Thank you, David F-Bomb. The jackets look great. They feel great, too. So, again, if you're interested in getting a jacket, just go to MrBadley.com.
And look for the merchandise button.
Merchandise, yeah.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes.
Yes, we love you guys. We really, we were talking about going on today, and we literally had nothing planned today. But then at the last minute, we decided. I called up House of Prime Rib to see if we can get us in. They got us in. We sat down with her mom, and we had kind of a little dinner.
Yeah, very intimate.
It was very intimate, but very low key.
Lunch and dinner, so Linner.
And then we walked on Embarcadero.
Yeah, to walk off all the food that we ate.
Right, we watched all the weird people. You know what's weird? You're walking down Embarcadero, and you see people in their cars smoking big ass blunts while they're driving.
We walked by and smelled it.
Smelled it and saw it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like driving down the street drinking a 40. But it's funny that if you see somebody smoking a blunt, you're perfectly fine with it. But if you see somebody smoking a 40, you're like, oh my God, they're
I
driving.
wasn't perfectly fine with it.
No, I'm saying that.
But what was I gonna say? She was probably gonna hit me with her car if I said something.
Yeah.
Elaine says back to the peanut butter hamburger. Big Owls and Milpitas has those. We'll have to look into that. Big Owls.
Actually, though, Jeanette, we actually, it wasn't that insane where we were. The game had just let out. It was people trying to get. The real insanity was down at Pier 39 area.
Yes.
That we drove through there and it was like, nope.
Everyone was just walking all over the streets.
But here's the economy I noticed. The Embarcadero, and all the way down to Pier 39, and all the way down to almost Christie Field, there's almost no indication that we have a homeless problem.
Oh, yeah.
It was clean. There was nobody there, no tents, no nothing. But the further you went south, is it south? Yeah. The worse it got. So
Jeanette says I hate Pier 39.
Yeah, it's
so like
it's touristy.
Yeah, it's so touristy. It's
It's
overrated.
It was super full of tourists, and as long as the tourists are showing up in droves on Fisherman's Wharf, the city will never recognize that there's a problem because the actual tourists don't know, and not everybody is. And the funny thing is, people in this Twitter world think that the entire world revolves around Twitter. It does not.
No.
9% of the people on Twitter.
No, I don't think
are
it
in San
revolves around
Francisco.
Twitter.
9%. 9% is the amount of people on Twitter for the San Francisco Bay Area.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
No.
But if you think about it, people think that Twitter is, as my mom used to say, may she rest in peace, the bee's knees. In other words, this is the center of the universe. It is not. Check your DMs.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll take a look at it, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah.
Elaine says Big Owls has a bowling alley, video games room, restaurant, bar with a ton of huge TVs. Menu isn't bad. Okay, then you know what that sounds like? It sounds like a Dave and Buster's.
It does.
Except for the bowling alley part, because Dave and Buster's has Dave and Buster's has bowling alleys.
Some do, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So where did David go? He popped in and said in and out with a question mark, and then he just poof.
No, he said the jackets look great.
Oh, there he is. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not getting it over here.
And he said that you took the water again. I
Yes.
read that earlier.
Well, you know what? We take the water because.
Elaine said, "Say no to Twitter. I won't do it."
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Twitter was part of the curriculum when I was with Kron.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
to get like news, like it was a quick way to get
a lot
news
of
out.
just so you know, a lot of news people's salaries are based on their Twitter followers.
What?
Yes, people don't know that, But if you don't have a good
Oh, that's
quality
on air people, right?
if you don't have a good quality Twitter, that's why they have those boards. Those boards are for a reason.
That's right. That's right. The engagement.
Thank you, David. Thank you,
David.
Giant pear
for
waving.
Spam, chorizo, sardines, Captain Crunch, or lemons for your morning water. You are so.
So just for the record,
oh my gosh, David,
I
you're
will
hilarious.
say it again. A lot of TV stations require involvement on social media, and your salary and your raises are based on your how many people you. Which was crazy because I was number one over and over again on different channels. So
in Arizona.
No, in California too.
Oh, okay. I never saw the board in California.
So it's weird. Not in California, I would have people send me. They would quietly send me the list of who got what, where, and when, and how. Mm-hmm. And so it would show me as number one. I was always, and then when I got to Arizona, I was number one because you would like, oh, you're number one on the board.
I would see him on the board at my station. We were at competing stations, right? So we met each other at Cron.
Yes.
And we worked at the same station. Then I moved to LA and worked at a different station while he was still at Cron. And then we moved to Phoenix and we worked at competing.
But
stations.
no one wanted to recognize that I was number one on social media.
No, I would take pictures to show that he was. Yeah.
You would, but no one wanted to recognize it because then it would say that, oh, he's doing a great job.
I don't like that mentality. There's no I feel this is what I see. One of the things I see wrong with that business is that there's no room to show that you are capable. It's always like, oh, you know what? You're number one. Well, we can't show him that he's number one. We still got to treat him like crap, so he still continues to work hard. It's almost as if they think that if you're number one, you will just become lazy all of a sudden and not do any work.
No, you know it's number one. I like being number one.
Yeah, so you're going to keep it up.
Yeah, but don't downplay me.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, it's just it's a glitch. Every day? How's it a glitch every day?
So just trying to downplay.
So I literally had a friend that worked up at KG Channel 7 that would give me send me a copy of where I ranked on Twitter, on social media every day, and every day I was number one. And they couldn't figure out how I was able to pull the crowd.
I know how you are.
You know why I was able to pull the crowd? Because I was honest and sincere.
Well, and because you're really.
Don't say it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Why are you telling me not to say it?
I thought you were going to say, oh, because you're so sexy.
Wow, someone has a big head. I was going to say because you're so good at engaging.
You said that to me all day today. It's so stuck in my head. Oh, you. I said, hey, can you help me set up for the podcast? No, because you're so sexy. I'm like, what?
Why are you busting me out right now? I was going to say because you're so good at engaging. I mean, but you are sexy,
sorry.
though. But
See, you have literally trained me to think that I'm sexy. Do people call you and tell you you're sexy?
Okay,
I've had a couple of guys call me and tell me I was sexy.
Do you have a big head now?
No.
I was going to say that because you're so engaging. You're good at engaging.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure because
you're so sexy.
Wow.
Anyways, so just so everyone knows,
I'm
not his daughter.
David, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, David, for the super chat.
Yes, thank you for the super chat. He does have a big head. Ha, maybe sexy, but definitely spoiled. Wait, so you're spoiled?
I'm not spoiled. I bend over backwards to make sure people get more than I have. I will. You know how many times have somebody said, "Oh, this and that and whatever," and I say, "You know what? It's okay. Get in the car. I'll take you." And I'll drive them for like.
He's really generous.
I'll drive him for 100 miles.
Yeah.
And then turn around and drive back by myself.
He's generous.
Because if they needed it and I can offer it, then I'm going to give it to you. And you're like, are you back yet? No, I'm coming back now. But I mean, I've done that. And people I meet that are like seriously in need, I try to help them. I used to give away free money all the time. Mm-hmm. And then to like the homeless, but then I met a guy who said that don't do that. Give it to a organization so they can use it properly. So then, but then I had to change and look up an organization that was actually helping people and not just taking money and buying new cars.
Right.
So it became a little bit of a, where's my mouse? Because
he says, I've never woken up to warm water for me next to the bed. Oh, so that's why you're spoiled, because I bring you warm water with lemon every morning.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the funny thing, too. He'll be like, I'll bring him the warm water, and then, like, he'll still be asleep. And then he'll wake up and he goes, "Can you heat up my warm water? It's not warm anymore." And
Well, because
I'm like, "Cause you slept so long."
okay, she sleep. Okay, just for the record, she wakes up at 5 o'clock.
I do
Did
not.
you jump in jacks?
No, I don't. I wake up at 8. I try to wake up sometimes at 7, but we work for ourselves now, so I set my own schedule. So as long as I start working at a certain time, I'm okay. So I usually start waking up at 8 o'clock.
I can't get my
He
thing.
gets up at like 9:30
I can't get this to scroll to save my life.
to save your life.
Yeah, it won't do it.
There's no arrow thing.
No, I know. That's just. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
What'd you do?
oh, what did I do? I think I went up though.
Yeah, so bring it down. There we go. Thank you. I was trying to find some stuff to look at before.
Oh, he said, rewarmed lemon water. Okay, so today he asked me to warm up his water, and you know what I told him?
No.
I said, no, get out of bed now, and you get some warm
It was a
warm
Sunday
water.
morning.
Because we were going to church, and I did not want to be late, so I told him to just get up. And I was making breakfast, so the breakfast was going to be ready in 5 minutes anyway, so he had to get up. So I told him no. But you are spoiled, aren't you?
No, I'm not spoiled.
No, he's not spoiled. We do things for each other. He spoils me, I spoil him. Does that make better sense? You spoil me, I spoil you.
I spoil you 900% of the time.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true. 900% is a large
I know.
number.
Exactly.
That's not true. That is the definition of spoiled. Okay. Dang, we've been on for 83 minutes.
I know.
Every time we say we're going to go, we
Let me get into it.
staying on for like 10 minutes more.
It is what it is. We really like talking to you guys.
We do, actually.
And also, one of the guys, I think it's God Bless America.
Exactly, Jeanette. We can't be late for church, especially on Easter. And we were late by 5
He said,
minutes.
thank you for the company this Easter. And so that's what we're here for. You're working, God Bless America, but we're happy that you could spend some time with you guys.
Yeah.
We're happy that you can listen to our ramble about stuff. We're happy that you guys are our friends, that you're here for us. And we thank you for the everyone have a happy and blessed week, and hopefully no more drama. But feel free to search if anybody you think is harassing me. And if they block me, then you can find the stuff that they're writing so I'll know.
Yeah.
And thank you again, David, for the super chat. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
Thank you with the pair dancing. We are your friends. We are your friends. We are here to help you guys, just like you guys are here to help us. So by you liking this, sharing with your friends, super chatting us, super stickering us, whatever you do, this is how we can come back and to talk to you guys on a regular basis.
We appreciate your support.
We're simple people. We live simple lives. We try to treat people the way we want to be treated. But we find that there's a disconnect on treating people properly, because nowadays people have become selfish and they don't care about anybody else but themselves.
You know what I think sometimes? When someone does something really nice, like just a random act of kindness, I don't know the person, I'm a little it's a little sad for me, but I get sad when I realize that, like, I'm shocked at the fact that someone has done something kind. Like, I can't believe that they have. And I really wish that instead of me being shocked that someone's doing something so nice, that, like, I am just I'm genuinely happy, but I'm also shocked. I want to take away the shock factor, because I feel like there's so many bad things happening in the world that when something good happens, we're just like, whoa. And I wish it was the reverse, where, like, there's so many good things happening that it's not a shock factor anymore, if that makes any sense.
So here's something, and God Bless America made this, and I've been trying to figure this out. I do want to plan a meetup. I tried to do that when I worked for Cron, and they shot it down because they thought it was unsafe. Now, they wouldn't let me have a meetup with people because they thought it was unsafe, but yet I go out into places where it's unsafe to get video and content. Mm-hmm. So I would like to have like a barbecue somewhere where we can rent an area, but it would only be exclusive to people who show up on this chat. So we won't be making it public on social media. It'll be just people here. But I do understand that, like, people like Chris, who's in Hong Kong, people like Gabriel, who's in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah. And then Jeanette is in
Jeanette's in
New Mexico.
So you're not just, and we have people from different areas around the country. So we got to try to figure this one out. and how we can all meet up one day and just have some fried frog legs
I will not be having. I will not.
and
Be,
some dinagoo
I will
on.
not be partaking in the fried frog
And I hope
legs.
we pray for you, Jeanette, that your health improves. I know
Yeah.
you're going through a lot.
You've been
And,
in our prayers, Jeanette.
Yeah, we really want to make sure that you do good. We'd be we're here for you as much as we can. So maybe we can figure it out and have a little get together and make it work. So that being said, what am I? I'm a millennial.
I'm a boomer. I do remember someone in the chat was like, I thought Stanley was the old one that didn't remember after I said something and I forgot. So I'm actually the boomer.
Oh, one more thing too. So, and this is important. And again, I'm going to thank David for his super chat stickers. We do appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
it goes a long way. But if you're on my YouTube channel and you are watching videos, I've been posting some shorts, little 1-minute shorts. There's a little button on the bottom that says send gift. That is also listed on the Instagram account where you can send a
Oh,
gift.
send gifts.
So
yeah.
it's like $4.99 up to I don't know what the price is. I sent you. We tested yours. It was like,
Oh, for my Instagram gifts. Yeah, I got 10 cents.
Yeah, but it's
every penny counts.
every penny counts. So we want to thank you again.
Oh, Betty Veronica says meet up at Hip Hop Barbecue.
That would be interesting.
Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
And I'm sure that Chef May would be more than happy to have us all show up and take over the place. We could do the podcast live while we're all there.
Well, who would be watching if we're with everyone?
Oh,
Just
that-
kidding. No, well, everyone like Chris and like Jeanette, the people
I'm
that
kidding
can't-
about the podcast. We would just sit there and enjoy it and eat food. And then I would have, probably have to bring in some security to make sure everybody's safe. I mean, it's safe there, but we just want to make sure that somebody doesn't come in and try to, you know what I mean. I was still able to focus, so just posted a guy who was gross. All right. So
Oh, God bless Mary says I'll bring
Banana ketchup.
Can you bring lumpia too then?
lumpia.
Lumpia goes with
That was
banana ketchup.
That was my first
Filipino food.
Filipino food was lumpia when I worked in the high tech business. They had a potluck and they brought in lumpia, and I was like, "What are these? Baby burritos?" And they go, "No, these are
You
lumpias."
really said baby
I didn't-
burritos.
Really?
I'm so glad I didn't know you back then.
This was in like the early '80s.
Oh, again, I'm so glad I didn't know you back
And
then.
I'm like, "What are these?" They go, "No, these are called lumpias."
Ooh, yeah, chicken adobo.
Well, I love chicken adobo.
Oh, gosh. Yes. I'm hungry again.
Jeanette, if you don't bring gumbo, I'll be disappointed.
I don't even eat gumbo.
This is taking a bad turn.
Oh, man, guys. All right.
Lumpias are the best. Yes, they are.
Yeah, lumpia is so good.
So David, Jeanette, God bless America,
Betty Veronica.
Betty Veronica, William, all the people who have
Bad cats.
Bad Cats.
Thanks for being active in
Oh
the chat.
wait, what's his name? Arcade Revolution was here.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Arcade Revolution.
We want to thank you guys all. It's 16 people. I know I'm not saying them all, but
She said no gumbo.
no gumbo because she don't want to
Oh,
stumble.
yeah. Also, because she's not eating gumbo right now,
Right.
too. So,
Man, she's got to change her diet.
yeah.
We send prayers out for you. Everybody send a prayer out for Jeanette because she's going through a lot right now. We want to make sure she's okay. And there we go. I'll bring stuff from Safeway. Laugh out loud. Okay. Well, you know what? Just buy some barbecue and we'll just go with that. The barbecue is already in the plate. Chef May will cook it.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. I'm a boomer.
I'm a millennial. You
See
said
you
it
guys.
backwards. I'm millennial.
I'm a boomer.
There we go. That makes more. See, it flows.
It flows, but you
Flows.
were taking too long.
You in for the night?
I initiated. Hell no.
Security, show them love up in the club. Remember when they push and shove? It's only love.
I love this guy so much.
All right, guys. Good night.
All right, good night, guys.
And thank you, William. He says your best episode yet. Thank you. Night.
Good night.
Oh, where's that little link so I can go? There it is.
Thank you for listening to Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts. Millennial Boom and Reasons Why Aliens Will Never Invade Earth and Caught Misbehaving videos are made possible through viewer donations. Check out www.linktree.com/MrBadleyTV to see how you can help. See you next week.